Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Kids Talk Hockey. In this one, Max and I were lucky enough to interview center Justin Scott, who currently plays on the Cleveland Monsters of the AHL. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
So my first question is, as a kid, were your friends also interested in hockey, or did they have other hobbies and sports that they were interested in?
Um, I would say, yeah, a lot of my friends growing up, just being from like I was just talking to you about the Toronto area, hockey is a very popular sport. So I don't know if any of them were as interested as me, but definitely they were all kind of hockey players, whether it's house league or single A, double A. I think I was the only one from my like middle school and high school who was on the triple A team, but um, yeah, and a bunch of them played other sports too. So for sure.
Yeah, it's the same in New Jersey. A bunch of kids play hockey.
Yeah,
Yeah, there are around like 60 teams in New Jersey, and it gets
right.
really competitive.
That's awesome. Yeah, I heard they're it's gonna be a little good hockey market there soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. How old were you when you first started playing hockey, and were your parents supportive of you playing hockey, or were they like into you kind of playing a different sport?
I was about 5 years old, I want to say. I get that question a lot. I just want to like just ever since I can remember, I've been playing hockey. And yeah, they were really supportive. They kind of gave me and my brother both the same opportunity, right? Like they just um, gave us skates, a stick, um, everything you need, and just kind of from my brother, he didn't really take it as serious as me, and they just kind of. But yeah, I would say they for sure were supportive.
Yeah.
That's cool.
How about you guys?
I mean, I loved hockey ever since I remember,
For
and
sure.
yeah, just fell in love with the sport. And when I was around 6, my parents put me on skates and still loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty much
that's
the same.
good. Awesome. Yeah, you guys are both goalies too. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how did you get to playing on a AAA level team?
Um, I want to say it kind of started off. I was never a really good skater growing up, like when I was really young. So I played 2 years of single A through in my city in Burlington, but with a different organization. And then when I made the switch over to the team that had or the organization that had the single A, double A, and triple A, it gave me. I don't think. Yeah, I just remember being like not really knowing what to expect, like whether I'm going to be playing single A, double A, or triple A, and yeah, it was kind of just they took me for who I was and not a very good skater, and um, just kind of improved as the years went on, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Have you always been a forward, and was there any ever doubt in like you wanting to switch your position?
Um, yes, I've always been a forward, and no, not really a doubt because I can't really skate backwards too well. So, um, no, I think I've always just wanted to be a forward. That's where I like. I feel like that's where it's the most fun for me. Um, but no, I can't really think of um, any moments of me being like, oh, I wish I was a defenseman or whatever. I feel like the transition is usually when you start off as defense and then you switch to forward, just because I think, I mean, whether the D like to hear this or not, I think they do have the more challenging position. They're the last layer of defense, so everything kind of goes by them. So, um, but yeah, how about you guys? Have you guys ever wanted to play anything outside of goalie?
I started out as a forward, and I had like a few like pretty high scoring games. But I remember going net one game. There's nothing like making that like crazy glove save, and everybody getting
Yeah,
up.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny.
It was kind of the same. Just, I mean, for me as a player, just I was like decent as a player,
Yep.
and just my inspiration was just Henrik Lundqvist, and just always wanted to be like him. So that's why I just told my parents I wanted to be goalie. They said
Very
okay. Sure.
cool. Very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had one goalie experience when I was like Timbits hockey, which is like, like your first year of hockey, and told my whole family to come and watch, and I just wasn't a good showing. So that was the last time I was in that I can remember.
Yes, it's a little bit boring saying that. So I play roller hockey in the summer and spring, and it kind
Nice.
of changes
Nice.
a bit. Yeah.
Roller
Yeah.
hockey's a lot of fun. Yeah, we have some leagues around here, and yeah, I like just even rollerblading outside, getting with a stick, and
Yeah.
it's fun for sure.
Yeah, I play. There's just a floor hockey rink, like a few blocks away from my house,
Okay.
and
Nice.
just like whenever I don't have a practice or whenever I am like really light on homework, I just go there with a puck and I just shoot around.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. And especially as a goalie, I bet, it improves your puck handling, right?
Yeah. The thing with a goalie, or especially for me, is that as a player I'm a lefty, so I have I'm a right shot player. But as a goalie, I'm used to shooting left, so it's very not natural for me.
Right.
My puck handling for my age is below average.
Okay.
So I mean, I compensate by just not handling the puck because I just don't like doing it in general.
So sometimes that's the better strategy, right?
Yeah.
I
Don't
get you pretty
don't be like
both
those
ways.
NHL goalies who show up on NHL weird.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some weird times with that, but it's tough though when you play a team with a goalie who can like almost is back there like a sixth player, like a third defenseman. It's just like, you have to be so much more cautious of like where you're dumping the puck or like how you're
Yeah, exactly.
how you're forechecking, because it's like, you fly by one person, the goalie can make a little outlet pass. It's
Yeah.
it's effective for sure.
I really got into puck handling last year, and I went from like 3 assists one season to like 25, and it was awesome because you get your name on the score sheet a lot, which obviously like looks good.
Absolutely.
And your defensemen love you because they don't have to like go battle for a puck in the boards. You like help them out, save some time.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My next question is, how did you get onto the Barrie Colts, and who were some of the people that got you onto the team or like just helped you?
Helped me along the way. Yeah. I got on to the Barrie Colts. Well, I got drafted to Barrie on the 4th round. Wasn't really sure if I was gonna get drafted. Well, I towards the draft I had an idea. I wasn't sure when. I'd been speaking to a good amount of teams, but I wasn't sure. I guess I would say the Barrie scout was actually from at the time he was living in my home city, so he got to see me a lot. And that'd be Ken Hornick, was the big influencer for that. Kind of just trusting, yeah, because I had a lot of developing to do at the time of the draft. So you know how it is, right? Like you kind of just any draft, NHL draft, it's just kind of a lot is based on potential. So I think they saw that, and it was good. I mean, yeah, I played in Berlin. I remember I was trying out for a junior A team, and then he was actually there watching me, like following the season before the draft. So he definitely did his homework and all that, but he was a big influence. And then yeah, so I didn't play in Barrie when I was 16. I played actually in my local city for a tier 2 junior A team. So I had that year at home, and kind of like I was just touching on, like developing, and there were some ups and downs. A 16-year-old playing with 20-year-olds, even if it's tier 2. And then when I was 17, that summer, just based off the season that I just had, they signed me, and yeah, that's kind of how I got on there.
Yeah, and it's like in the NHL draft, like you said, they're looking for potential because they're only like the top 3 picks are NHL ready,
For
but the
sure.
rest aren't.
Exactly. Yeah. There's I mean, you look at Werenski, I think he's an 8th overall pick, but like how valuable is he right now in Columbus? And stuff like that, right? So
Yeah, and that's just like the progress of development. Because I'm pretty sure Zach
exactly.
Werenski didn't just crack an NHL lineup immediately.
No, he actually played in Cleveland in the American Hockey League. I was around actually that Calder Cup run and saw that firsthand. It was like a young, just left University of Michigan, and he played at. He didn't have to go to Cleveland, but I think he wanted to, and that team was just so good that they went all the way and won.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
What would you say is your greatest strength that separates you from other forwards?
I would say my greatest strength is probably just like my compete level, honestly. I think when you get to junior hockey, OHL, like it's very skilled, but once you get to pro, I think everyone kind of has a lot of the similar qualities, and I think something that just drives me day in and day out is just like my compete level. I feel like is what like really separates me, I would say. Whether that's, getting frustrated at times with, or just, continuing to work at things. So I think still have a lot of improvement to do. And that's how I personally am looking at it. And I think that's the way that'll help you improve, is to have that mindset. But I'd probably say that. Yeah.
Yeah. As a goalie, I also have a similar mindset because like my team this year wasn't the best.
For sure.
And especially it's because like the year before that we won the state championship, so it was like very like it was like surprising for us.
Yeah.
And well, basically just what I just kept on telling myself was just try to keep the team in it. If you don't,
Exactly.
oh well. If you do, that's great. And just
Well, there's a lot of things, right? As a goalie, I feel like your mindset kind of has to be like, what can you control out there? Because you can't control if the other team comes down on a breakaway or 2-on-1 or anything, and you're just gonna try your best. If they score, it's like, all right, it's done with. I can't control it now, right? So I think that's a good mindset, man. Good for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, my head coach is actually a goalie coach too, so he can relate to me a lot, and he like knows if it's my fault or if it's the team's fault. And we actually got into watching like game clips of teams that we play in our games, so we could like really take a look back and be like, well, there's no way you had a chance on that, or that was all you.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. My next question is, how did it feel to wear an A in your last season with Barrie, and how did it feel to be at almost a point a game pace there?
It was a good feeling, I would say. Yeah, for sure. It's obviously nice when you can kind of get looked at as a leadership player. I think I think that kind of helps me, at least, like when I have that kind of responsibility, I feel like it just helps my whole game throughout. But yeah, no, it's being there for 4 seasons, kind of just seeing everything, and being just around and being around at one point I was a young guy, and then my last year I'm the oldest guy, right? So it's nice, and it's obviously nice with having success too. So that was the big thing when I was playing in Barrie, is I always wanted to, as you get older, the league, it's still a challenging league, but you just get that maybe like we've been touching on, that little development each year. So I added that quality of the leadership quality. I'd say my last 2 years, I kind of tried to focus on that a bit, and it was great.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't know much about the OHL,
Mm-hmm.
and we've interviewed one guy before who's playing in the OHL, and that's it.
Right. Yeah, it's a good league. You look at some players that went through the OHL. I feel like that's what makes people want to go there, is because they see, guys like McDavid, guys like Marner. You think anyone, Bo Horvat,
Ryan Ellis, Taylor Hall. Windsor.
Those guys played before me, but and I think you can't really beat it. It's a great experience, really. Obviously, there's perks of school, perks of the major junior hockey, but all in all, I had a really good experience with it.
Yeah,
I think you were right on with that leadership thing. I was lucky enough to be the captain of my team 2 years ago, and I think it's definitely a good responsibility, especially for the younger guys. You're kind of like a guy they look up to, and if you're able to like take that responsibility role and use it as like a thing to mentor them, it's like
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. Goalie captain. Good for you. But yeah, no, exactly like you were saying. I think if anything, it should just give yourself confidence, and you should be able to feel like you can vocalize, be vocal to the team, and kind of just voice your opinion. I mean, I feel like it's different for goalies. I don't know if you were too vocal, but that's good for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyway, what would you say is the hardest jump for you? Like Bantam to junior, junior to OHL?
I would say, yeah, I would probably my hardest jump was probably junior, tier 2 junior to the OHL. I would say, you look at guys on my first year when I went to Barrie. I didn't really know at the time, so I was 16. I just turned 17, and I was playing in my first year. I didn't know how to really handle myself as a player. I didn't know how to, I didn't really know the diet thing. I didn't really know the work habits. I didn't know. I kind of had to learn that. And the first year in Barrie, I'm playing with guys like Scheifele, Ekblad, Athanasiou. So being around like a lot of talent when I was trying to figure it out. It was a learning curve, and I didn't. It's tough at a young age in the OHL because and I think that was the first. There was a lockout that year too, so a lot of talent was still in the league because there was no NHL at the time. So, but yeah, no, I would probably say that was the biggest adjustment for me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And how did you get to be playing on the AHL, and how was the transition from the OHL to the AHL?
So I signed with Columbus when I was my last year in Barrie, which would have been 2016 maybe. I want to say 2016. And I had a good playoff run with Barrie, and then I was signed, and then I was just kind of told, like, all right, you're going to go to Cleveland to finish the year. So I was around when they won the Calder Cup that year. I didn't play in any games. I think I warmed up in a couple games, but kind of around the team for that. And then the following year, I had a really good training camp. They were really happy. I had a really good prospect tournament with Columbus. And then, yeah, I think that kind of led to just the whole the whole start of my pro career. It went off, that prospect tournament gave me confidence, and then I kind of went in with a bit of like a full head of steam. And yeah, there's been some ups and downs, but they put me in Cleveland, and I've actually been there for the last 4 seasons. Yeah, so it's been good. Obviously the goal is the NHL, but it's, as far as an American League team, it's top notch for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hmm.
Yeah.
In the OHL and the AHL, did you get to choose your numbers, like number 20, and or
Yeah.
were they like kind of?
Yeah, I did. So when I went to Barrie, I had a handful of numbers. I think there was like 6 numbers, and the reasoning behind 17 was I was 17 when I started playing in the OHL, and then 20. I actually got that right when I showed up to Cleveland that first year after my playoff run, and I kept it the next year because I was 20 when I started in Cleveland too. So when I started pro hockey, so that's kind of the reasoning. And I don't know, I like the number. So yeah, and I know Ben's 30, right? For
Henrik Lundqvist.
Lundqvist. Do you have a reasoning behind your number?
I'm 40 for Tuukka Rask. I'm a diehard
Okay.
Bruins fan.
Okay, can tell with the hat. That's cool, man.
Thanks.
Cool, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. And how does it feel to know players who have played in the NHL?
Feels good. Yeah, no, it's even watching the playoffs right now, it's like I'm definitely cheering for the guys that I know, right? The guys that are I have some friends that are playing, and even the guys on Columbus here, like there's a lot of good people on that team. So just to see them have success, it's cool. And yeah, it also kind of gives you that feeling that, it's still within reach. Because that's obviously the goal, is to be playing in the NHL. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'd probably say that for sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
that's really cool. Do you have like a specific pregame meal that you like to eat before games and stuff?
Yeah, I used to be pretty picky. Now I'm just pretty, depending on how I'm feeling, I'll kind of just give myself a read in the morning. But I would just say like pasta and chicken and with a salad. But sometimes I'll go rice, chicken, salad, like some sort of carb, and then like salad
Protein.
and chicken. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty.
I mostly just have the morning game. So like my games are usually at like 8:30 in the morning. So
Yep.
my only meal is like a banana or something.
Couple eggs maybe. Some people don't like to eat before games, right? Everyone's different, so you got to kind of know. You got to kind of know your body, right? So good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And how would you consider yourself as a hockey player? Like a power forward, a two-way center, or like I don't know, anything else basically?
Yeah, no, I would probably say a two-way forward, two-way center. I play center. And I would say my strength as a centerman is probably my face-offs. And then, but I can also play on the wing. So kind of used wherever. I think that's kind of a nice little thing, a nice asset. But yeah, I would say I'm like a two-way forward, offensive presence, and also very reliable in the D zone. Like I want to kind of have that trust within the coach, and I feel like that it helps me play better when you're taking care of your D zone first, and then being able to, I think that's the one thing that I can improve on. Well, not the one thing, but definitely something I can improve on is always, um, you know, having a really solid offensive presence. So I think there's a lot of room for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
What's your go-to face-off? Just wondering.
Go to face off.
Yeah, like move on it.
So I think when I'm going on my backhand, I just have confidence that if you're going on your backhand, I just feel like I can win. I do have a move where it's like they'd be also going on their backhand, and then it's just kind of like a tie up stick spin move. So, yeah, I'd probably say that'd be like the go-to move, but I always try and go off my backhand.
I usually do a stick lift, but it's always 50-50 for me because if they get there faster than I do, I lose. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what is your goal to accomplish in the coming years?
My goal is I want to play in the NHL. That's the goal right now. I've been close, but that's the goal. Um, I think it's good to kind of take a couple steps back and kind of look at what you need to improve on. And yeah, just like you're saying, like what are your goals? I've asked myself that this summer, and that's the goal. That's something that I've always wanted to do, and I still want to do it. And I think I'm not gonna give up on that. So my goal would be to play in the NHL, and yeah, that's the goal for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my goal is just to like succeed in high school and get into a good college and hopefully
Yeah, good for
play
you, man.
hockey
Yeah,
there.
no,
If
it's
not, then I just want a job in the NHL, doing something, anything basically.
for sure, man. Yeah, with the team or something. But no, I think that's a good mindset. You can't, you don't want to have unrealistic goals. And I'm not saying that you can't play in the NHL. I'm saying for you right now, going into your ninth grade, being a goalie, I think that you can, yeah, just like you said, like succeed, be effective goalie for your high school team, make the high school team, be an effective goalie, and then kind of just go from there, right? I've always wanted to play in the NHL, but when I was a kid, when I was like even junior, I just wanted to always just be better, be better, be better.
Yeah.
So
I like what you said. I'm taking year by year. I like try to do that a lot. Take a step back and look at it like the big picture, not like like the small picture, not the big picture. Because
exactly.
I got into like one of my favorite high schools that I wanted to get into, but they don't have a hockey team. So instead of looking at it like now I can't play high school, I reached out to a bunch of high schools and like backing up for like 5 different high schools now.
Right. Good for you guys. If you guys want to chat again, I'm definitely open to it. I got a tea time at 4:00 though, so I might have to. If you have a couple, how many more questions do you guys have?
That was my last one.
Okay.
I have 2 more.
Okay.
And they're like really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you been staying fit during quarantine?
So initially, I bought a bike. So I've been biking lots and kind of running, and I was doing like at-home workouts and stuff like that. And then my gym opened up, which was huge because I just needed it for myself. So I was working out, and now it's everything within reason. So I'm skating, working out, golfing, biking, and stuff like that. Yeah. So it was kind of a bit of a slower curve. But when I got home from the season, it was kind of like 2-week quarantine, and then. But yeah, now it's opened up pretty well.
Yeah, for me, I've been working out like during school.
Yep.
Sometimes like whenever I don't have class, like in the middle of it, I'll just like jump on a Peloton or do a quick workout.
Nice.
Yeah, and then after school I started running like all of June and July.
Okay.
And, yeah, and then I just got back to working out.
Good for you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, and my last question is just what's your favorite NHL team and who's your favorite player to watch?
Yeah, kind of the conversation we were having before Max got on. Always been a Leafs fan. I got asked a bunch during the series who was I cheering for with Columbus and the Leafs, and I was definitely happy to see Columbus win. But when I was younger, I really liked I was number 8. I really liked Washington, so I'll just say growing up, that was my team was Washington and Ovechkin, and I was really happy to see him win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I wore number 8, and yeah, that was kind of just like the passion he had for the game. I really admired it.
Yeah.
Eight's my inline hockey number, actually.
Nice, very good, man. Yeah, that'd be a weird goalie number.
Yeah.
Yeah, goalies only wear like either like 30 or 31 or like 40, like 50 or something.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. Yeah, if you guys need
problem.
me, you guys want to do this again or something or whatever,
yeah,
I appreciate you guys taking the time out and inviting me on, man. That was awesome.
No problem. This was great. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
Good luck.